film that we're talking about is Past Lives. Past Lives is a romance drama. It's about a childhood love between two kids. And, you know, they're young, they have a little love, and she sadly moves to New York, and things happen. 20 years later, she's married, she has a husband, and the boy comes to visit, and the two reconnect after 20 years. And the film's runtime is 105 minutes. It's in color, and the rating is PG-13. And of course, I saw the movie in theaters. Of course, the not the closest theater. I have a local theater that's like 10 minutes away, and then I got one that's a long road. Sadly, a little lengthy, but it's worth it. And I had to go the lengthy way to see this movie because it's not one of those movies that are gonna be showing in the local theaters. So I had to go out of my way to see this film. And because I was very much intrigued by the film, the trailer really looked beautiful. I do enjoy romance movies. One of my favorite films of not even a romance movie, it's just one of my favorite films all around is the Before trilogy. The peak of romance, in my opinion. And I have some romance movies that I enjoy, but romance movies of late hasn't been really the best. There hasn't been a romance movie that really just grasps you, you know? The romance movies you expect nowadays are very whatever. They're there for a watch, but I was intrigued by this film. And of course, the film's written and directed by her first debut feature, Celine Song. So this is her first debut, and by God, this film is amazing. It is truly a beautiful film with just amazing direction and just fantastic performance by the two lovers. And I thought this film was just amazing from beginning to end. It's slow, methodical, and you're just really just going through the story and really just, I like when characters get to breathe, and that not everything has to be talky, that everybody can just breathe and you can just go through the story, how it's told. And I like how Celine Song made this film, and the film is truly amazing, and the performances are great. You got the main character, who's the girl who she has to move. She moves out of this country to go to America, but before that, she had a childhood friend, which they really liked each other at the time, and she remembers him. She remembers their chemistry, and they reconnect after 20 years, and it's two different people. She's married. She has a husband who they love each other. They love each other like an actual relationship, and not the evil shit that you expect in a rom-com where it's like, oh, fucking guy ruining the love. And it's not like that. It's not that kind of movie. And I thought the girl was really good. Her performance just blows it out of the water. She's truly amazing in this movie. You could tell that they care for each other, but something happens in the movie, and just it's not meant to be kind of a thing. And I thought she did amazing. You also got the dude who's South Korean, and he tries to reconnect with her and wants to see her again and want to see how she's doing and talk about how things are. And I like the guy. You root for the guy. You're like, oh man, you can tell he really cares for this girl, really loves her, and she just never had that opportunity to have something between her when they were young and they wanted to do some stuff, and you could tell that. And I thought the main guy did just a great job. You also got the American dude, which I recognize him from, I remember seeing the Umbrella Academy and every little shit that he's in. And he's a writer, a book author, and they fall in love, him and the girl. And 6 years later, they're married. They've been married for 6 years, and they have a relationship, and that they truly care for each other. And it's nice. He suspects little things between her and the guy, and he respects it. He's like, okay, he's going out of his way to visit, so he's not as frustrated, but you can tell there's a little frustration. He's like, okay, just be careful, and yeah, things like that. But not what you expect from this kind of character in a romance movie. It's it's a different perspective. And I like the guy, I like the actor. He did good. He did a really good job in the film, and you could tell that he is intrigued by the situation, and he looks at it in that kind of way where it's like, man, this is a beautiful story. Fucking two lovers when they were kids reconnect after 20 years, and I'm the fucking bad guy type of situation. They discuss that, and it's really interesting. It's a really interesting perspective that not a lot of romance movies deal with, and I like how they dealt with that in the movie. And I like the guy's performances, and all the performances are amazing. The kid actors, everybody. But it's down to those two. They're the real like heads of this film, and both of them are amazing. The direction is fantastic by Celine Song. There's moments of long takes, specifically a 6-minute long take, pretty much a 6-minute take that's continuous, which I love. I love a continuous take where you can really just breathe in the air, and just everything about it, the scale. You can tell it has a little bit of the Before trilogy, and I look at it in that way where it's like, oh, they love each other, but, you know, things happen. They reconnect 12 years later, but things happen. They reconnect another 12 years later. They see each other, and their minds are different in each time, and it's kind of like the Before trilogy in a movie, pretty much, in like one movie. And I like that. I like that aspect, and the moments where they're just walking around, talking, reconnecting is some of the best moments in my opinion. But the direction by Celine is amazing. The writing and the dialogue is so good. Dialogue that really makes you feel it and really think and really just like, wow, you really are like amazed. And the writing is fantastic. Chemistry between the two are just amazing. You could tell both of them have history. They love each other, but things in the past lives and that whole ideas of them. They say, oh man, this life, we couldn't be together. Maybe in the next one, which it kind of reminds me of that Everything Everywhere All at Once moment where they meet each other in a different universe, and he's like, I wish, hey, maybe in the next life, I wish we could just doing laundry together. It's kind of like that. I looked at that, I'm like, yeah, that's exactly how it was in Everything Everywhere All at Once. They really deal with that part, and I thought the chemistry is just fantastic. The cinematography is so good. This is such a well-shot movie. And the moments that you see them and the time period is, you can think, I like that. Just the little details where you're like, okay, this is the time that we're in that kind of life. And I like it. I thought, just little details like that really make you feel like, oh, we're in this time period. I like that. And the music is really good. The score is nice, methodical, but also heartfelt and touching. All of that, all of the things that I'm saying. And just an amazing movie from beginning to end. I'm very happy I got to see this. It makes you think. It makes you truly understand. Truly makes you think about it afterwards. And I loved it. I truly think it's quite possibly one of the best romance movies in years, I think. Because again, the romance genre hasn't been a genre that has been in the best light. There hasn't been a romance movie where you can be like, wow, this is amazing, and this is it. This is truly a romance movie that I can say from beginning to end, I fucking loved it and was amazed through and through. And for that, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5 stars. I have nothing but good things to say about Past Lives. It's a movie I want to see again and truly slowly depict it and slowly understand it. Because, you know, first watch, you really just get the content, but you really don't explore it as much. But for what I got for the first watch, I thought it was fantastic. I loved every minute of it, and I feel like you guys should see it. If you like romance movies, if you like films that are romantical, take your girlfriend, take your boyfriend, whatever the fuck, just take them. Because this is the best. This is one of the best romance movies in years, I have to say. And those are my thoughts for Past Lives. I'm glad I saw it, and glad I got to talk about it. So those are my thoughts.